And here's the #1 secret that will save you a lot of money while you're training to be a pilot. Let go. Hey, not only am I going to tell you the #1 secret to save you a lot of money while training to be a pilot, I'm also going to tell you how to use that secret effectively. And that secret is, drum roll please, chair flying. You want to chair fly as much as possible. And this, in return, will save you a lot of money in your pilot training. You want to chair fly more than you actually fly in the actual airplane. That's how much you want to be chair flying. If you can put in the work 10 to 15 minutes every day, then you will definitely become better each and every time you step foot in the cockpit. And chair flying doesn't cost you anything. It is absolutely free. But the more that you can chair fly, it will help significantly reduce the amount of hours that you would need in the cockpit. And here is how you can chair fly. Step-by-step guide. Lego. Boom. First, let's talk about what is chair flying. Chair flying is simply you're sitting in a chair and visualizing yourself flying the aircraft. And not only are you visualizing it, you're going over maneuvers and certain cues inside of your head, just as if you were in the cockpit. This is going to do multiple things for you. One, it's going to help you visualize it. If you're the type of person that's part of visualization, that you got to see things before you can possibly make it possible for you, this is an essential exercise to help you visualize. You got to see it in your mind before you can execute it. So this is part of that, part of the chair flying. Additionally, you'll be getting the muscle memory. So not only do you have the visual aspect of it, you'll be training that muscle memory outside the aircraft. So when you get inside the aircraft, it's all second nature, baby. Like you don't think about chewing gum and walking at the same time and looking at your phone. You just do it. You're chewing the gum, you're walking, you're looking at your phone. Because you've been doing it so many times, just naturally, it comes natural for you. This is how you want to make flying and how you make all of your movements inside of the cockpit, and chair flying is a great way to start with doing that. Hey, the first step when it comes to chair flying is you're going to need some sort of visualization of the cockpit in front of you. And there's an easy, free way for you to do this. We all about saving money around here, baby. So I'm going to teach you how to save the most money, not only by recommending that you chair fly, but show you how you can do it for free. Follow me for more financial advice. Hey, one time. So this is all you're going to do. Go onto your laptop right now and go to Google and then type in the cockpit that you're currently flying of the aircraft right now. So let's just say you're at the student pilot level and you're flying a Cessna 172. Type that in, cockpit, into Google right now and look at all the images that come up. Find a nice clean picture that looks exactly like the cockpit of the airplane that you fly and download that image to your laptop. Now, simple. You have your cockpit, you have your visualization. Now you can open that up widescreen in terms of the full screen mode on your laptop. That is the visualization of the cockpit that you need. You have the 6-pack there, you have everything, all the controls, everything you're looking at, and you want to sit right in front of this, along with you may have your checklist right next to you, and just visualize things as you go through it. And act as if you're in the cockpit. Right now, if you would look at that laptop, just look at it directly and think to yourself, if you were to do something simple, like how do you start the aircraft? Look at that screen on your laptop with the visualization of the cockpit and walk yourself through it. What's your checklist routine? What mechanisms, what knobs would you be turning? How would you be getting it started? Go from there. Then continue to follow that same routine. Act as if you're making a radio call. What would that radio call sound like? Act as if you're in the pattern. You're flying and you're getting ready to land the aircraft. Go through the entire sequence of events and think about that in terms of, okay, this is me flying the aircraft. What am I going to do in the downwind? What are those flaps doing? Making that base leg turn. Doing a variety of different things as you go through it. These are the kinds of things that you want to be able to do in terms of your chair flying. That's going to help you with all the maneuvers. You want to start practicing maneuvers, slow flight. How would you get this aircraft in the slow flight? Start thinking about that and visualizing. What would you be doing with the flaps? What would you be doing with the pitch? What would you be doing with the power? Those kinds of things. You're walking through the whole sequence of events, doing call outs while you're doing this. What would the attitude be looking like right now? Where would you be looking to see if you're ascending or descending? Which one of your instruments would you be looking at? You got the whole visualization right in front of you. What are your RPMs doing? Where should you be position-wise when you're doing a certain maneuver? Look at this instrument, look at that instrument. You want to keep going through it. What should your airspeed be? Act as if you're on final. What should your airspeed be? Visualize that. Look outside the cockpit, maybe looking over the top of your laptop, then looking right back down at your laptop as acting as if that's the control panel. This is this whole sequence of events. You can chair fly everything from the start of the flight to the finish. going through your checklist. Maybe you pull up, making sure you're verifying your checklist. Everything is in order. You want to continue to do this for every single thing that you do. From starting the aircraft, to doing maneuvers, to doing pattern work, to doing everything that you do in the aircraft. Again, 10 to 15 minutes. That's all you have to dedicate to this each and every day. It's the consistency that's going to add up over the time. It's like compound interest. You put a little bit of money in, and this overtime is building, and overtime is building, and overtime is building. And you look at that same account many years later, and you look what you built for yourself. You want to do the same thing and make that kind of investment in yourself and that kind of investment in your pilot training, and it's going to help you. And again, it's all for free. So when you get into the cockpit, let's just say if you're trying to learn everything in the air, it may take you a long time to learn everything. And that's a lot of hours. And that can be very, very expensive. Maybe you can reduce those hours down because you learned a lot of that on the ground, just chair flying. And when you got into the cockpit, all you're doing is executing. You're executing what you've already retained the muscle memory from all the chair flying that you're doing. And here's a bonus tip. The same way you just did this on your laptop, you always have your phone with you. You can do the same exact thing on your phone. Download the image to your phone, turn your phone to landscape. You got 10 to 15 minutes. Maybe you're standing in line somewhere. Maybe you're sitting in the car waiting for a business to open or doing whatever you do. Chair fly right there. Let me act as if I'm in a pattern. What would I do right now? Let me act as if I'm getting to a certain maneuver. I'm doing S-turns. What would I do right now? Where would I be looking? I'm looking at my panel. I'm looking here. What would my airspeed be? What are my RPMs right here? Continue to go through it. Just dedicate 10 to 15 minutes in the morning before bed, wherever, standing in line somewhere randomly, and it's going to add up. 10 to 15 minutes over 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 180 days. Ooh, you're going to be that man, or that woman. You know what I mean? In that cockpit, swinging and banging that thing. Also, while you're sitting in that chair, don't forget those feet. Keep moving them like you're on them rudder pedals inside the cockpit. Dancing like you're doing the merengue on those rudder pedals. You can do the whole sequence of events from head to toe in the cockpit, looking outside, looking back in. You can do everything that you need to do in the cockpit, retaining the memory. That way, when you get inside the cockpit, everything is nice and smooth. Don't learn everything inside the cockpit in the air. It's expensive, baby, and nobody ain't got time for that. Hey, and this is the #1 secret to save you a lot of money while training to be a pilot. I am Donovan Batiste. Don't forget to like this video. The link to the flyers drip in the description. Hey, one time. Subscribe to this channel for more pilot talk. Love you. One time. Let go.